All right. Back for part 2 of our Sportsmanlike Conduct American League Awards show. Giving out Cy Young and Rookie of the Year right now. Cy Young's going to be probably some debate on that one. I'm giving mine to Felix Hernandez of the Mariners. He's going to be questionable because he only went 13-12, but he led the league in ERA and was second in strikeouts, and I think first in innings, second in WHIP. Just an unbelievable season for the Mariners, and the Cy Young Award is one of those awards that I really don't see why it has to go to anyone on the winning team. I don't see that. It's the best pitcher, period. That's what the award is for. Just the best pitcher. And to me, it was Felix Hernandez this year. He didn't win all the games, but I don't think that was his fault.
Yeah, there was no run scored in Seattle. But I think that's kind of what that 13-12 record is what's going to get the voters. You know, I mean, I think that's going to keep him from winning it. I think he deserves it. I think he should win it. The stats he put up this year are absolutely incredible. But I think when you talk about voting for these awards, it does matter if you're on a winning team or not. It shouldn't, but it does. I mean, it sways people, like, because I mean, when you vote on this, you're watching the playoffs. So I mean, you're seeing these guys that are actually in the playoffs.
But the votes come in before the playoffs start. You have to have your vote in before then. All that being said, who's your pick?
CC
Sabathia.
Homer. I had to. I mean,
I can't say anything because of my MVP pick.
21-7. I mean, obviously, to me, he had the best winning percentage of any pitcher. 3.18 ERA, 1.19 WHIP. I mean, he was still in the top 10 in every other category pitching wise. And 21-7. I mean, the guy won 21 games and 237 innings pitched.
He's a horse. Can't really argue with it.
Started 34 games, played 34 games, 197 Ks. Like I said, top 10, like top 5 in most of these categories.
He had a great season. Greg?
I agree that Felix Hernandez is the best pitcher in the American League. And it's really hard not to give it to him, but I'm giving mine to David Price. I think that he earned it by beating CC heads up twice in the last month of the season. And I think
the Rays won the game.
The Rays won both the games, though. And I think those 2 games really helped. Not only did they push him ahead of CC, they pushed CC behind Felix Hernandez as well to third. So I got Price, Hernandez, CC.
I have Hernandez, Price, CC.
I have the same for CC, Hernandez, Price. So.
I think it was clearly a 3-horse race. And it's going to be interesting to see how the vote does go.
It is.
I think the vote is going to go down in Price's favor. If I had a handicap, I think Price might have a slight edge. But we'll see. It could go either way.
Yeah. I
wouldn't be surprised if CC got it. I would be surprised if Felix Hernandez gets it in the end. I agree with your point that the voters are not going to look.
Yeah, there's
2.27 ERA, though. I mean, just head and shoulders above
everybody else.
Well, above those other 2, he's head and shoulders. Buchholz had a 2.33 ERA. That's right there.
One thing that I do have to mention is that I mentioned before we started recording is Felix Hernandez is 13 games of 8 or more innings pitched and 0 or 1 runs. 13 times he went out there and did that.
Yeah, they were just dismal offensively. Did they even have a guy hit 20 home runs? I don't think anybody on there. I don't
know if they had a guy hit a home run.
The way they were scoring runs.
I'm sure Russell Brandon hit at least 20 home runs.
I don't know, man. I don't think so.
He played in like 60 games. He had to have hit at least 20.
You think?
See, we don't have time to look into that. We need to move on to Rookie of the Year.
We do have to give some love to Trevor Cahill, though.
Yes, Trevor Cahill, Lester, Cliff Lee, obviously, Jared
Weaver. Cliff Lee stunk the last month of the season. I have him as 9th in Cy Young voting. He stunk the last month. I am way out. Buchholz, Lester, Cahill are the next best 3.
I agree. All right, moving on. Rookie of the Year. This is going to be a landslide, probably unanimous vote in the American League.
I agree.
Neftali Feliz.
40 saves. What was his WHIP?
0.88.
One of the best seasons ever put up by a closer. For sure.
one of the best seasons ever put up by a closer.
Top 15 or 20, yeah.
Okay, 15 or 20 maybe. Yeah. Rafael Soriano's this season would have to be included in that list. Then
there are a few good ones.
But we're talking about
the pitcher.
We're talking about rookies this year. So Feliz, I agree. Unanimous. Austin Jackson and Wade Davis make the ballot by default. I think.
Yeah.
More so than anything great. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but you know,
just not any good rookies in the
they
American
were all
League.
in the National League.
There were a ton in the National League.
Well, who did the Yankees get in that Austin Jackson deal, by the way?
Curtis Granderson.
Curtis Granderson, what did he do this year?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
he did do good.
Yes, amazing second half of the
year.
year.
He was good.
Last month of the season, he was on fire. And he's batting .455
as
in the
a
playoffs.
As a Yankee fan, what do you think? Are you happy with that deal, or?
We're the Yankees. We win. We sign guys to win now. We're all like, until baseball becomes a salary cap league, I'm fine with what they do. They get a lot of homegrown talent. They bring them up, and then they ship them off for
it's a
veteran
self-fulfilling
players.
prophecy almost now, though, because I think it's
Austin
really
Jackson
hard for
killed
a
us
rookie
this year.
player, or a player that they brought up on their own to succeed in New York with all the pressure,
Yeah.
like to bring in a top prospect and throw him into that starting lineup. Anywhere in that starting lineup is a lot of pressure. He's going to be under a microscope. Just ask Phil Hughes and Jabba.
Hey, Phil Hughes pitched pretty. Phil Hughes has been.
It took him a while.
It did, but you have to adjust, though. You have to adjust. I mean, it's a big market. It's New York, but I mean, that's why the Yankees.
Rookie of the Year is never going to be. It's not
something the Yankees are going to win. No,
we win it.
No, I mean Jeter won it. '96.
We got to call it at that. So, the Cy Young. There's a vote for Hernandez, a vote for Price, a vote for CeCe, and the Rookie of the Year is Neftali Feliz. Congratulations.
I think this